This is a live channels television event.
Distinguished guest, the chairman of 2014 Lagos State Economic Summit, tagged EHIINGBETI, and very distinguished partners. As well as our participants and the members of Lagos State Executive Council. This morning, we are going to listen to the feedback from the breakout section, and I believe everyone enjoyed the two-day programs, which has taken us through the real opportunity that exists in Lagos State as a mega city state, the center of excellence, and of course, the commercial hub of the West Africa, though within the country of Nigeria. We have taken us through the different sections, and which I believe everyone enjoyed. We have this morning Mr. EHIINGBETI, who is the chairman of technical committee, that will take us through the feedback of the section from different sections. And I believe that as we go on, we have more participants coming in. The turnout is very low. I believe that it was born out of the fact that we had a very interesting gala night yesterday, and people are still refreshing to come and join us. So very soon we'll get more members to join us. But while we are waiting for them, Mr. EHIINGBETI, the chairman of technical committee, will take us through the comments. And I want every participant here in this room to send their input, if there's input, comments, observation, and information through the event apps. And I know you all have your iPad, notepad, and even your phone. That can only be done through your app. So we will expect more information, comment, observation, as we go take us through the feedback from the various sections that we had in the last 2 days. So this input that you would like to send will form part of the recommendation that we'll take after this session to round up the 3-day economy summit. I welcome you once again, and I want all of us to be attentive as we go through the feedback from the sections. Thank you very much.
Okay, before Mr. Olujobi comes up to make the presentations, I'll kindly request for Her Excellency to return to her original seat so she can view the presentations on the larger screen and see them properly. Your Excellency, please.
Let me join the moderator to apologize for not bringing our guests up here as planned. But we believe that we all can sit there to look at the screen so that we can have a holistic view of what we are presenting. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for making it out here so early this morning. My role is to try and run through very quickly some of the key issues that have been discussed. I'm going to leave the recommendations to the session after, so I'm going to be skipping a couple of slides and going to try and cover a lot of ground very quickly. I think the key thing we'd like you to do is just note areas in which you want us to further reflect on matters, note them in your app and send it to us as we proceed. So, like I said, I'm not going to try and read through everything. I'm going to, the technology is, The first session I'm going to talk about is on how electricity delivery to Lagos can be accelerated. This was a big plenary, and I think the key thing that was said here to start with was that we have a big energy demand gap in Nigeria. While we talk of 40,000 megawatts, actually 40,000 megawatts is too small. A country of our size, we should be talking about 160, 170,000 megawatts. We then go on to sort of the major issues, and I think there are two major issues that we all agree are the problem for why power is inadequate in Lagos. One is gas supply, which is a major fuel source, and the other is transmission problems. And so here, a lot of talk focused on the problems we have with our gas infrastructure. Gas vandalization, the fact that even the pipeline that we have, right now we have the ELPS, and it's being looked to have the ELPS too. Combined, we'll have 2.5 BCF per day. Even if you add all that 2.5 BCF per day, it will generate 4,000, 5,000 megawatts, which is a far cry from where we are, but frankly is not enough for where we need to be. People talked about issues even with the illegal connections with the grid, issues with discos, the fact that discos have just been handed over from the PHCN days to the new owners, and it's going to take time for it to be resolved. So power is a big issue. Let me skip recommendations and try and cover very quickly the next session, which was how do we deliver adequate gas to power Lagos? And here there are various issues that have been discussed. One has to do with gas regulation and pricing. The fact that even though we've moved, or in a sense, we're talking about having an independent regulator and the DPR, a lot of the blurring of roles between the DPR and NNPC still hampers the industry from being able to work. If you take what we have now as our local distribution organizations for gas, they actually are appendages in the sense that they actually are on contract with the national gas company. So therefore they live on a margin, and that margin is not sufficient for them to be able to make enough money. The security of supply issues I've spoken about. We essentially have one pipeline called the ELPS that comes from Escravos to Lagos that brings gas. That pipeline is constantly being vandalized. And we had the group executive director of the NNPC here, and the question that was asked was, what do we do? And I think the response was, we have to find a way to stop the vandalization. That does not give us confidence and comfort as Lagosians, because that problem has been with us and doesn't look to be getting better. So security of supply is a big issue around how do we deliver gas to Lagos. Pricing is also an issue. Like I said earlier on, the margins that the local distribution companies for gas have is too low for them to make money. Also, there's an issue of pricing. Even though the federal government has now started addressing the issue of pricing, the pricing has moved from 10 cents per MMBTU equivalent. It's about $1.50. It's going up. For greenfield investors, that is still not sufficient, particularly if you need to put a private sector pipeline between the Niger Delta and Lagos. You probably need more pricing. So pricing is an issue, regulation is an issue, and security of supply is an issue. And these are big, big, big issues.